8. I'm leaving the campsite on Tuscarora. It's a good campsite. Winds are supposed to be 5 to 15 miles an hour today, with gusts up to 20. Thankfully, I'll be off of this lake before the wind really starts. All the rest of the lakes are pretty small, so not anticipating a lot of trouble. And I'm traveling more or less northeast anyway, so east to northeast. So I should have the wind at my back most of the time. Imagine that. I must be going the wrong direction. Can't see anything with the sun in my eyes. I'm going to have to get to the shore and cruise the shoreline looking for the cottage. I know it starts at a sandy beach. But there were a couple of sandy beaches along here, so. There it is over there. There are 3 sandy beaches at the east side of Tuscarora, each separated by a short stretch of rocks. The portage starts at the northernmost beach. was pretty easy. This landing is not very good. Whatever. Looking up. And now on Copper Lake. Pulling away from the landing. Got to turn the camera on for the portage. About 11:45. Probably stop for lunch before doing the last portage of the day. transitioning for the 40s from copper to snipe. Tricky with this wind. here we are back at Snipe Lake. Boat landing. Nice enough boat landing. Had better, but a lot worse too. Looks like a fairly good place to put a tent right here. This is the kitchen area. Somebody's left a pot up here. And see what else there is. It looks like there's another tent area back here. And I could definitely string a tarp back here. Stretch a tarp between one of those two trees and that tree. Would work. Couple more substandard tent pads up back in here. There's a trail heading off that way. Another one heading that way. Not sure which one's the latrine trail. We'll find out later. Because I'm calling this home. I am going to call this home. I am completely done in. It's 10 to 2 and I have no more portaging in me. So, start getting the canoe unloaded. lasagna with meat sauce tonight. What I did today was basically retrace my steps from the other day, from 2 days ago, Tuesday. That's the campsite I was on Tecumseh, or Tuscarora Lake. Tuscarora Lake. That's the campsite. I did the Owl Swamp portage. Even though it's listed as a 255, it's basically a 100-rod portage, give or take a little bit. A paddle across Owl Swamp, and another 100-rod portage, give or take a little bit, into Hubbub Lake. Again, there's about 5 meters to a portage, so that would be 2 500-meter portages with a little paddle in between. Hubbub Lake, there's a little bit more of a paddle, but not much. Then a 69-rod portage. Basically, I'm not. What is it? Basically 750? No, that's not right. I don't know. I'm not going to try to figure it out right now. My brain is fried. But basically, 69 rods from Hubbub into Copper Lake. A bit more of a paddle. Again, I had my 10 o'clock snack at about 10:30 over on Hubbub Lake. I had my lunch before starting at the end of Copper Lake, before starting the 100-rod portage into Snipe Lake, where I was the other day. This time I came east and I'm at this campsite here. So before I was at that campsite, I didn't want that again. Besides that, this is on the way home. So I was hoping this one would be open, and I was hoping it would be a decent site, and it is. It's got a couple of decent tent pads here, and places to hang up a tarp or whatever. It's got an okay landing. One thing it is lacking is a good swimming area, which I would have liked to have had, but I survived without. So that's where I am tonight. Now, I'm scheduled to come out 2 days from now, on Saturday. So I have a couple of choices. I can go out early, a day early, do the whole thing tomorrow, or I could go back to Ham Lake, try to get one of these campsites on Ham Lake tomorrow, and make a shorter exit on Saturday. Or I can hole up here and try to do the whole thing on Saturday. Biggest thing is right now they're talking rain tonight and 60% chance of rain tomorrow. Saturday supposed to be mostly cloudy, but they are talking about 20% chance of rain first thing in the morning, but only in the morning. So kind of trying to play the odds here. I really kind of hate to sit here for a rainy day. On the other hand, I hate to travel on a rainy day too. So I'm going to have to kind of play it by ear in the morning and see how much it's raining. If it's raining. After all, they said it was going to be a 50% chance of rain on Monday when I was over here on Snipe, so I didn't do anything and ended up with no rain all day long. So we really don't know. The forecast for several days they've been talking about 50% chance of rain for tomorrow. Now they've upped it to 60%. but it's not one of those things where they keep flip-flopping or anything. They've been pretty adamant that it's going to rain tomorrow. I think the 50% is more a case of it's not going to rain all day, but probably likely to get rain sometime during the day. So anyway, those are my options. I would just as soon, if it's going to rain, rather than sitting here on a rainy day or on a cloudy day waiting for rain, I think I'd rather just get out a day early and avoid the, I don't know, hard to say. It's hard to say what to do. So I'm going to have to kind of play it by ear. I have run out of meals for supper due to a miscalculation on my part. The lasagna I ate tonight was my last supper. My last supper, yeah. Last Mountain House meal I have with me. I do have some cup of soups, so I could always do a cup of soups, and I have plenty of tuna fish, so I can do tuna wraps. That kind of thing, so I won't starve. I do have enough breakfast for two more mornings. I have one more oatmeal and I have one granola that I was kind of saving for the last day so I could get a quick start. So anyway, I have plenty of other things to have during the day, and like I said, I have plenty of tuna, plenty of wraps so that I can, or plenty of tortillas. So lunches are not going to be a problem. Snacks are not going to be a problem. It's just that one supper, so having a cup of soup and another tuna wrap is not going to be the end of the world. So that's where things are right now. That day to day really wiped my butt. Basically 300 rod portages and a 68 rod, 69 rod portage. So 369 rods of portaging. So I have just as many rods, or just as many portages to do to get out of here all the way back to the car, but the longest portage is a 50 rod. So it's going to be a 47, a 24, a 40, and a 50. And then the carry up to the car. Most of them are going to be mostly downhill now. And so hopefully, even though it's as many portages, hopefully the shorter distances will save me. Of course, the one thing is I'm still having to lift everything up that many times, and sometimes it's lifting as much as the carrying that causes the problem. So we'll have to see, but whatever, when I do get out of here, of course I've got about a 7-hour drive to get home to look forward to after I get out too, which is why I'm tempted to try to make it to Ham Lake tomorrow, so I only have that 40 and 50 rod portage to do on Saturday when I head out. But like I said, I don't want to be traveling if it's raining cats and dogs either, so we'll have to play it by ear, see what tomorrow actually brings. So yep, that's my situation right now. So I'll quit yakking at you. I've got a lot of cleaning up to do. Don't know if I'll get out for a paddle tonight. There's a little bay over here that I haven't explored at all yet. I'd like to explore, but right now I am so worn out. I don't know if I can manage to get out there or not. Let me show you the camp setup after it's done here. I did end up putting my tent over in this area here, so again, There's the landing. There's the tent. So it kind of has a view out to the lake. Although it's kind of a marshy part of the lake. Let me turn around. Go around behind here so you can see kind of what the view is. Not a fantastic view, but it's a view. And again, the kitchen area is up there. And I did end up putting the tarp back here. As I said, I think I'm using a couple of different trees from what I said I was going to use, though. Okay, I'm still using that one in the back, but it was one of those that I said I was going to use in the front, and instead I'm stringing it out to that fir tree right there. So, typical setup, A-frame, the prusik nuts at the gables, whatever they're called. I wish I could find a pole that I could lift this side up, but I can't find one. Too lazy to scrounge too much and cut one up. I did move operations down for supper down behind this rock here, because it was pretty windy earlier on. The wind has subsided now, thankfully, but it was pretty windy, so I was both out of the wind and partly out of the sun too. And there's Sam. Sam's tuckered out too. He's showing his age. Not as active as he used to be.